Shifting focus for now, Russia's security service FSB on Friday revoked accreditation of 6 British diplomats in Moscow, accusing them of spying and carrying out sabotage, all in aid of Ukraine. This announcement, you see, did not happen in a vacuum. It came just hours before US President Joe Biden and the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer were scheduled to meet in Washington D.C. to decide on the next steps for supporting Ukraine in the ongoing war against Russia. So what does this really mean? Was this a strategic move by Russia to overshadow the talks? Or was it its way of flexing its muscles and reminding the world who is in control of the narrative? Reportedly, the major crux of this discussion between Biden and Starmer is on providing long-range weapons to Ukraine. And like we just told you, Putin has said that such a measure will lead to an all-out war. According to reports, the FSB, the successor to the Soviet-era KGB, claimed to have possession of documents indicating that a British Foreign Office department in London responsible for Eastern Europe and Central Asia was assigned the objective of securing Russia's strategic defeat in its war against Ukraine. In a statement, the FSB said that the activities of British diplomats sent to Moscow were deemed as a potential threat to Russia's national security based on the recently revealed information, and that this prompted the relevant agencies to revoke the accreditation of 6 staff members from the British embassy in Moscow. Also adding that these individuals were found to have engaged in activities indicative of espionage and sabotage. According to The Guardian, Russia had made up its mind on revoking the accreditation of the British diplomats back in late April after the police in the UK had arrested British nationals who were allegedly planning an arson attack against Ukrainian-linked businesses on behalf of Russia. But it was only announced in a statement on Friday morning, just as Biden and Starmer prepare for talks on supplying long-range weapons. So is this expulsion of British diplomats part of a larger strategy to intimidate the West into backing down from providing Ukraine with more advanced weapons? And if so, will it work? Reportedly, the identity of 6 diplomats was revealed on Russian state TV along with the photographs of theirs. Russian media also put out surveillance footage of the 6 Britishers, including a covert video of one diplomat where they can be seen talking to someone. Let's just take a step back here. Why release that kind of information to the public? Is it about accountability, or was it a calculated move by Russia aimed at stirring up anti-Western sentiment? As per reports in Russian media, the FSB stated that Russia would expel more British diplomats if they were found to be engaged in similar activity. In fact, Reuters quoted a Russian newspaper, Izvestia newspaper, as saying that the FSB has accused the British diplomats for recruiting Russian teenagers and holding talks with them in the British ambassador's Moscow residency. The aim of these diplomats, as per the report, was to work with these teenagers and create divisions among different ethnic groups and migrants. The report also said that many people coordinating Britain's work for Ukraine in Russia were working for British Foreign Intelligence Services, MI6. On a post in Telegram, the Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman, Maria Zakharova, said the activities of the British embassy in Moscow had gone far beyond the limits outlined in the Vienna Diplomatic Convention. As per multiple reports, the UK's Foreign Office in a statement said that the accusations made by the FSB against their staff are completely baseless. The Russian authorities revoked the diplomatic accreditation of 6 US diplomats in Russia last month, following action taken by the UK government in response to Russian state-directed activity across Europe and in the UK, quoting, "We are unapologetic about protecting our national interests," quote unquote. So how will this latest escalation actually affect the diplomatic ties moving forward? Is this just the beginning of a broader diplomatic purge aimed at pushing Western countries further out of Russia's orbit? And how exactly will the West respond? Will we see further expulsions of Russian diplomats from Western capitals in return? One thing is clear, this latest move by Russia is not just merely about the 6 diplomats. It's about the ongoing power struggle between Russia and the West. The question is, how far will this go? Who will make the next move, and how much further can this go really before it reaches a breaking point? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.